Hello friends and welcome back. Today's subject is one that is definitely discussed quite a bit in the Stardew community, and that is fishing. If you've played Stardew on any device, you'll know that fishing is kind of a pain in the ass. However, I'm hoping some tips and tricks I give you today will help make your fishing game stronger. I will be mostly focusing on PC and mobile for this discussion today. However, I hope some of the tips that you hear in here are applicable to also Switch and console play. When I first started fishing in Stardew, I absolutely hated it. Shocker. I couldn't control the green bar and it just kept jumping around, and all in all, it was awful. When you first begin your journey into Stardew, after a few days in the valley, Willie will send you a letter to go visit him on the beach. Here is where you'll get a cutscene where he gives you a fishing pole to use for the first time. This fishing rod is the bamboo pole. The starter fishing rod is subpar at best, but we all have to start somewhere. The best piece of advice someone gave to me when I first started fishing is not to hold down your button or cursor. Instead, rapidly click it if you're on PC or rapidly tap on mobile. This will give you smaller bursts of energy and more control over how the green bar moves up and down to catch your fish. Holding down your cursor or finger on the screen will cause the green bar to launch up quickly and bounce around a bunch. The faster and more rapidly you click or tap, the more movement you will see on screen. Now, there are multiple things that you can do in-game to make things easier for yourself while you're fishing, but before that, let's hear a quick word from our sponsors. Today's video is sponsored by Hydrogun. The Hydrogun Atom Mini sets the bar for mini massage guns by packing exceptional power and industry-leading battery life into the smallest possible footprint. The Atom was designed for post-workout muscle soreness, muscle and joint stiffness, and chronic aches and pains. It's designed to be the perfect desktop companion. The Atom is self-standing and smaller than a Coke can. It's also ideal for travel at just 1.2 pounds. Powered by new and improved smooth drive-in motor, the Atom delivers more punching power for greater relief and recovery at over 50 percussions per second, and it has an output force of 17.6 pounds. You can choose your ideal massage intensity from 3 speed settings. It's several times quieter than leading mini massage guns and has up to 5 hours of use in a single charge. Use the link below today to get $15 off your Atom Massage minigun from Hydrogun. Now, back to the video. One of the first things you can do in-game is to upgrade your fishing equipment. There are 4 types of fishing rods in this game. Your starting rod, which is a bamboo pole, and it cannot have bait or tackle attached to it. Your bamboo pole will have the smallest green bar that appears while fishing due to your fishing level in-game. The fiberglass rod is unlocked at fishing level 2 and can be purchased from Willie for 1800 gold. You can attach bait to this rod, but not use tackle. The fiberglass rod will have a slightly larger green bar that appears while fishing. The third pole is the iridium rod. You must reach fishing level 6 to buy this pole from Willie's shop for 7,500 gold. This pole can use both bait and tackle, and the green bar will be slightly larger. Tackle can also increase the size of your green bar in its speed, bounce, etc. We'll get more into tackle in a bit. The fourth rod is a bit different, and this is the training rod. It can be purchased for 25 gold from Willie's fish shop. This rod is useful if you find difficulty with the fishing minigame, as it sets the player's fishing skill equal to level 5 for the purposes of determining how big to make the green bar, but only if they have not reached level 5 yet. It cannot have bait or tackle attached to it. The training rod can catch only basic fish whose difficulty is lower than 50, and all fish caught will be of normal quality. However, fish caught with the training rod grant the same experience points as with any other fishing rod and counts towards achievements and the fish collection. Treasure chests can also be caught with this rod. If you struggle with fishing, I would recommend using this rod and practicing with it to help your farmer gain experience in the game, and then unlock other things in game to make your fishing experience easier. So now let's talk about tackle. Tackle can be attached to the iridium rod to make it easier to catch fish. Most recipes unlock as the player's fishing level increases. Most tackle can also be purchased from the fish shop once they are unlocked. Tackles have a durability bar which decreases on use. Normally, they wear out and disappear after 20 nibbles by fish, indicated by HIT popping up on the screen. Tackle does not wear out when catching junk items, specifically when catching green algae, white algae, seaweed, or trash. Only the iridium rod can equip tackle. There are a few different types of tackle that can help with different things in the game. I will attach a link at the bottom of this video to the Stardew Valley wiki page that explains each one in more depth. There is a spinner and a dressed spinner, which can reduce maximum delay before a nibble. The trap bobber causes fish to escape slower when you aren't reeling them in. The cork bobber slightly increases the size of your green fishing bar. The lead bobber adds weight to your fishing bar, preventing it from bouncing at the bottom. The treasure hunter doesn't let fish escape while you're collecting treasure and also slightly increases the chance of finding treasure. The barbed hook makes your catch more secure, causing your green progress bar to cling to your catch. The curiosity lure increases your chance of catching rare fish. And finally, the quality bobber boosts the quality of the fish you catch. Most of this tackle can be bought or crafted when you reach certain fishing levels, while some is not craftable or purchasable, but must be discovered in-game. You can choose which tackle you think will work best for you on your iridium rod based on your needs in-game. One more thing you can do to help increase your fishing skills in-game is to eat certain foods. Some foods can be purchased, while others must be cooked and you must learn the recipe for them. You'll have to have a kitchen upgrade on your house to cook recipes your farmer has learned. I will also add a link to the Stardew Valley wiki page with different foods you can look into, but to list a few, you can consume the following to increase your fishing skill: chowder, dish of the sea, escargot, fish stew, fish taco, lobster bisque, maple bar, sea foam pudding, shrimp cocktail, and trout soup. Each one has different buffs, durations, and different ways you can acquire each one. Now that you've got some information on bait, tackle, and food, the next step is possibly the not so fun step: practice. I got a lot better at fishing in Stardew simply by fishing constantly. I did a 24-hour Stardew Sepathon stream, and by the end of it, I felt like a pro. I did so much fishing. I got to the point where I could easily predict which fish I had on the line simply by the way the fish behaved, and then it also made it easier to predict if and when the bar would suddenly jump, and I could keep up with it. While I have yet to catch any legendary fish, I feel much more prepared now than before to try and catch some. There's a lot of information for fishing alone in this game, but I hope some basic information here has been helpful or useful. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them for you. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you're not watching over on Twitch, then what are you waiting for? Come join on Twitch. I play a lot of Stardew Valley almost every single night, twitch.tv/TheAnimeAthlete. I'm live almost every night, and every Friday night is community night. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good rest of your night.